We turn our attention now to the war between the U.S., Israel, and Iran. Lebanese media reports of Israeli strikes in the southern part of Lebanon just hours after the countries agreed to renew their ceasefire. Israel and Lebanon agreed to the truce yesterday following a fourth round of U.S.-mediated talks at the State Department. Today, Israel's defense minister said the military can still strike Beirut if Hezbollah attacks Israeli communities, and that operations in southern Lebanon would continue. Meanwhile, President Trump is reiterating the U.S. could soon reach a peace deal with Iran. This is a live look at the White House for you. He said yesterday negotiations are going very well.
It could happen. I mean, if it happens, and it might not happen, who knows? But if it happens, it could happen like over the weekend.
And the president got a rebuke from lawmakers yesterday. The House passed a measure that would force Mr. Trump to end the war with Iran without congressional authorization. The War Powers resolution is now headed to the Senate. CBS News congressional reporter Taurean Small joins us from Capitol Hill with more on this. Taurean, good morning. 4 House Republicans broke with their party to vote for this resolution. Why is that?
Yeah, good morning, Errol. Those 4 Republicans are Thomas Massie. That was obviously expected considering he had been previously supportive of a similar resolution. Brian Fitzpatrick of Pennsylvania, Tom Barrett of Michigan, and Warren Davidson of Ohio. Their motivations behind it vary, some saying that they supported the rule of law and the Constitution that authorizes the president to seek congressional approval for a war or conflict that extends beyond 60 days. Others pointed to the economic pain that their constituents are feeling because of this war. But ultimately, though, this is the first true rebuke from that chamber on the president's handling of this conflict. Take a listen to quite a few lawmakers we spoke to yesterday had to say about this.
We were told this would just be a few weeks, a few days, and now we're in the 4th month of it.
Was there any effort to change Republicans' minds ahead of this vote today? Did you hear from the White House? Did your colleagues hear from the White House? I understand.
I don't know. I don't know if there was any effort. Nobody tries to change my mind anymore on anything, so I don't hear those conversations.
I'm glad it's done. I'm glad it's over. The American people didn't need to have hundreds of billions of dollars spent on a war when we can't still afford gasoline and the prices of food is high and people are looking at their health premiums.
I should also point out that Brian Fitzpatrick also introduced legislation that was a similar war powers resolution a while ago. So it isn't surprising that he joined the line too. But I think it was clear from this vote that that narrow majority that Republicans have just isn't enough to hold on the president's agendas or legislative priorities at this point if Speaker Johnson can't rein in all of his membership.
Yeah, and what's interesting, Taurean, is some of those House Republicans are people the president either tried to get out of office via a primary or they had a clash with in some way. So might this war powers, the war itself, be so unpopular that it could gain approval in the Senate, this resolution to limit the president's efforts?
Yeah, to your point, Senators Bill Cassidy, John Cornyn are 2 members of the Senate that the president primaried successfully against, had his picks ultimately unseat them in their respective races for re-election. Those 2 joined 2 other Republicans, Senators Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins, and voting 2 weeks ago on a motion to advance a war powers resolution in the Senate. It's unclear if a full and final vote will happen in the Senate anytime soon, but there is support there from Republicans to get that done as well.
Wow. All right. We'll watch that closely. Taurean on Capitol Hill. Thank you.